What's up everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to tie the Palomino Caddis. This is an awesome caddis pattern that catches tons of fish. So for this pattern you're going to want to use a caddis pupa or scud hook. I'm using an Orientsun size 14 caddis pupa hook for this, but you can use your favorite hook. For the thread I'm using a UTC Ultra Thread 70 denier in olive. We're going to start that thread right behind the hook eye and just take it down the shank. And stop about right there. Now we're going to use a piece of Flashabou. This is just a regular clear Flashabou. Going to tie that in. So this is going to be our body that hangs under the water. I'm just going to wrap this Flashabou around. And I like to wrap it so that each wrap almost touches the last. You want to have just a little bit of segmentation in there. It'll look more realistic. This is mostly to add a little attraction for the fish, but it does work very well. So we're just going to tie that Flashabou up. Make sure you keep constant tension on that. And tie it down tight. You don't have to tie it all the way up the hook, just tie it to where we're going to do our dubbing. Once that's nice and secure, you can clip that off. And then we're going to bring our thread to about the point of the hook. This is where we're going to put our tail that sits on top of the water. So for that I'm just using a micro chenille. This is just a micro light olive. Just going to tie that in right there. You want the tail to be about the length of the hook if the hook were straight. You can just play with the length until you find something you're happy with. And then now we're going to add some dubbing. I like to use a brown hare's ear. It just gives a nice buggy look. We're going to add some tacky wax and apply that dubbing directly to the thread. Just twist it on there. And tie that directly down to cover that chenille. Now for the wing, I'm going to be using elk hair. This is Select Cow Elk from Nature Spirit, my favorite elk hair by far. So we're just going to grab a little clump of that. You're going to have to experiment with the amount you need, but I just do a pinch. Then we're going to pull all the fuzzies and shorts out of there so that we have nice even hair. You can use a comb if it's easier. There's a lot of underfluff in there that likes to sink, so we want to keep that out so this fly will ride high on top. Now we're going to put that clump into our stacker and stack that hair. Hit it a few times. And once it's nice and stacked, we're going to pull that out carefully so it stays straight. We want it to be about the length of the tail. Just going to pinch that on. Do a couple of very loose wraps with our thread and then cinch it tight. This will keep it in place. Then we're going to grab about a third of the hairs, do a tight wrap, grab another third, do a tight wrap, until we get that nice and secured at the hook eye. Now we're going to grab all that hair, pull it back, and whip finish. Gotta be very careful with this. Make sure you get a nice whip finish to keep the fly held together. And clip the excess thread. Now we're going to pull the butts of that hare up and out of the way. Going to hold it slightly forward, then just clip close to the hook eye so you get a nice head. And you can round that out if you're not happy with it. I like to round it out just so it looks a little bit better. I don't think the fish care, but I do. Now we're going to take our Velcro and just release those dubbing fibers so they look buggy like fish, like caddis legs. And there you have it. This is a beautiful emerger pattern. It works very well for trout, grayling, anything eating caddis that are emerging. And yeah, I really love this fly. It's high visibility, it floats very well, and the fish love it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.